Oh.
So we're in the gym now, huh, Chan?
I worked out 2 days in a row.
I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you, bro.
Yep.
There he is.
There you go. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
Okay.
What up with it? How you doing? Good, bro. What's happening?
What's up, Z? Respect. You got
I
it.
don't know, Fred. I think he got you.
Huh?
I think he got you
Got
in the
me
neck.
what?
I think he got you in the neck.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. He definitely, hey, shit.
Yeah.
He got that
That's a
good.
We're in Florida, boy. Look at y'all.
Coco in this bitch.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
KT was out there
It's
when you was
three
in.
Gators,
All
huh?
Gators
yeah,
right
just
here,
left.
baby.
He was hosting. He had just left.
In 2016.
I was trying to graduate early so I could play with them.
Right, okay.
Early, but they went. Mac wouldn't let me.
Yeah, Mac.
They wouldn't let me.
Oh, this is-
conversation.
This is nasty.
You ever
3
play against
Gators.
Play Central?
Just the best of the best.
Nah.
I was watching the midget team that was holding the banner when they ran out against Kelvin.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, we got RC outnumbered today.
One.
Yeah, this ain't cool. I don't like it. I feel like we have more LSU guys on the show than Florida, so this is a rare feeling.
Yeah.
You know, y'all got a couple of them. Y'all do football okay out
The
there.
problem is this, though. Even when I have one, it's just 2-2. This is the only time I think it's been 3-1.
So get out of line, we gonna jump on your ass.
I respect it. I'm done. Hey,
You know he'll fight.
you know exactly. I was about to say.
No, you know CJ
Hey,
will fight.
hey,
now.
CJ walked in here and started storming outside.
Lightning, as soon as you said that, it started lightning.
Yeah. Hey, shoot, that would happen when you come to Houston, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
crazy.
saying? What do we call you on the show? Is it CD? Is it CJ Gardner-Johnson? I mean, is Chauncey totally gone?
My dad's still here, so it's not totally gone. It's not totally. People call me CJ all the time,
Yeah.
but CD. But CJ is fine. I'm cool
All right,
with that.
we'll go with CJ. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, I'm Ryan Clark. Pivot fam, thank you for pivoting with us. We had a conversation recently, and I just kind of want to get this out the way for you because I think it's important. There's some rumors swirling that, and I think it's just so silly that it's even a thing, that you put a hit out on Malik Neighbors. I reached out to him. How would you want just to address him so he knows what's going on, but also so the people don't see your character in a way that's not you?
Respectfully, only way I know the kid, we played against each other. And like I was telling my agent, like, the kid was in high school when I was in New Orleans. So, like, I don't even know his family. Respectfully, there's nothing on the football field to indicate we have, like, any little football beef or off the field. Like I said, I don't know who his crew is. So, first person I hit was Jameis, because I played with Jameis. If you can give me in contact with him, because I don't want your agent or your people being brought something that you don't have nothing a part of. That's respectfully. So there's nothing toward his family. Like I said, kid got a great future. We played against each other, but it was like, shook hands and kept it going. Yeah. So it's nothing to it.
Have you talked to Summer? I guess that's her name.
To be honest with you, through quarters, there's no communication. I'm just keeping it through the court like I'm supposed to. So leaving it like that.
And bro, do you think you got a bad rap? Cause even that, like when you type your name in now,
yeah,
it ain't talking about Super Bowl champion. It ain't talking about interceptions. It ain't talking about knocking dude. You know what I'm saying? What you do. Do you dislike how you're painted?
Yeah, I think it started when I got drafted. I went to a team that was already like scrutinized as like a villain. The Saints. Sean P., the missed calls, and all the players that they drafted, and the culture being in New Orleans. So it was like, the moment I got that call, I already knew what I was taking on. So it was like, what can I do to stay out of that light and just play football? I was first day in camp, I got called out by Sean P. And I've never been called out like that before. He was like, I know you're gonna be here if you toe the line, but don't cross it. Got plenty of clips from Super Bowl, Velma clips, Malcolm Jenkins clips. Even Bush got clips of him toeing the line, but it's like, that's what he's preaching. There's nothing against the game. That's just how New Orleans play football. That's what I brought into. I'm a rookie, so I can't say nothing. What you want me to say? Like, oh, I'm not gonna go. I can't. I brought into a room with Marshawn, was a 3-time Pro Bowler already, all pro. Marcus was there. The defense was. So I think that's where it started. Because in college, I never had issue.
Right. And you said you knew what you was up against.
Yeah.
When you got to New Orleans. In the Super Bowl parade, I'm sure you knew you were up against when you pulled out the shirt.
Yeah.
The Swifties. That's an army, bro. Who designed it? When that thought come up and why?
So,
Because the Swifties don't play.
all right, in the Eagles building, if you've been in there, there's no disrespect. People come in and out. It's a celebrity-filled building. You meet the rappers, the athletes, and I think one of the dumb guys came in and, hey, I got someone in your locker because we know nobody else gonna do it. I don't know these people that's walking in and out. We meet so many different people. Me and Dom, being completely honest, I'm like, all right, cool. I met Pete Davidson nowhere randomly come out of practice. So you gotta understand, like I'm seeing people from TV in the office, so they said, we got something for you, equipment, people joking with me. So I look at it, I'm like, all right. But people don't understand, before all of that, this man's ex-girlfriend was at the game, courtesy of one of the members. Like, that has nothing to do with me, so I'm just, all right, y'all want me to do it? All right, cool. Y'all cool with it? Y'all, everybody joking and laughing. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. But at the end of the day, it's like, I made a decision to put it on, but it was nothing towards nobody. It's just going to Super Bowl. Like, riding off a Super Bowl high, you still probably champagne, cigar, whatever, off the party. But it's like, there's nothing to it.
Have you gone places where one of her fans kind of called you out for it, like in fun or maybe too
so crazy,
serious with it?
Because a couple of her fans said they've been following me since I was at Florida. So it was like, we don't like what you did, but I'm a fan of you. And take a picture and go about our day. It's nothing malicious. Like, I ran into a lot of them in Target. Like, just going to get some toiletry stuff and I just run into them.
CJ, I've known you for a while. I remember me and Jordan still talk about the speech at the opening when you came and you talked to the boys and just kind of shared your story, shared the reason you competed the way you do, how much you wanted to be the best. I say it repeatedly on TV. I think you're one of the best safeties in football.
Respectfully.
When you were the nickel in New Orleans, you were one of the best nickels in football. And you played man dang near every snap. You don't get that respect. And I do think a lot of times it's because of the perception of you being a wild card or crazy or uncontrollable, whatever it is. But your play says Pro Bowl caliber, all pro caliber play. Why aren't you, after winning a championship, 2 times in Philadelphia, bro, 6 picks each of those years, why are you now a Houston Texan and not a Philadelphia Eagle?
Scared of a competitor.
You said they're scared of a competitor?
Yeah, simple as that.
What you mean?
You can't program a dog. Certain dogs, you can't say be a dog and then it's time to go out there. Hey, we need you. Let's look at the Washington Commanders game. I got kicked out. I was nowhere near to play. Nowhere near to play. Everybody was fed up with me, and I'm like, if you go back to that play, I celebrated with Reed Blankenship. And I'm getting cursed from head to toe on the sideline and looked at Vic even get on me. I'm like, what did I do? So, you know, people in the box, they call down and they're trying to figure out why am I getting kicked? They was trying to reverse the call. Because guys come off the sideline. If you watch that game, the game was already heavily. That's what sparked it. Then we had like a little scrum between at practice. Nothing. It's just offense versus defense. But who's the culprit of it? Me, I guess, because I guess we're competing. When you telling the period is live, you telling us not to compete during a live period, but it's a live period. We competing to get ready for a playoff game. All right, cool. It's like little antic things that, okay, so how you want to play football? Or you want me to be a leader and outspoken, but then you want me to sit back and just, I'm cool with taking the back seat, but I'm not cool with little things like, okay, I'm misled, I'm confused. I don't understand what you want me to do. So being in Philly is like, I would actually now go to the front office like, what's my role? Like you guys say, you want to be a captain, but when decisions are made, I'm looked at like, oh, we're just gonna call your agent. If I don't say, it's like this, if I come in smiling, happy, and joy, oh, he's too much. If I come in there just quiet, nice to meet you, how you doing? Yes, sir, no, sir, oh, something wrong with him. And so it's two-faced. Well, I don't know how to play it because even when I'm mellow tone, it's just a problem. I don't cause no problems. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere been in the locker room where I had a single issue with a teammate. Reed Blankenship want to be in his wedding. It's to be honest with you, those type, that's my safety. Since his rookie year, you don't get those type of calls from people that think you're a problem.
True statement. Mm-hmm. That's real.
I just got traded, and I just met the owner, the GM was there, all the assistant coaches. You don't get called to a wedding if I was a problem. So it kind of leave me in a little confusion. Like, okay, I just like, all right, what I gotta do? Yeah, the outbursts. I'm like, all right, that's easy to tone back.
Yeah.
Just don't say nothing. Just like some people say, sometimes don't say nothing.
But then you do that though, you're not being yourself. So now, how I get the best player?
It reminds me of something that Draymond Green said, almost like the Hulk and Bruce Banner, where like you off the field, you can be a good dude, cool guy. Like you sitting here chilling, cool, whatever. I done heard about you all the way back to Florida. But it seems like you get on that field and it's that switch that I think athletes need that switch. But do you know when to turn it off and when not to turn it off? It's funny about your name change.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the name change. I read about it and you were like, there's a different,
But it's deeper than that too.
Explain it to me.
I got two dads. And it was always hard to balance, where's your real dad? What your stepdad do? I got tired of answering the question because it's like, where I'm from, people will get this wrong image and always build up their own story. I didn't like publicizing my family or private life. So I said, all right, I'm gonna take that off my family and just put it on me. That's the deeper, like, not to copy nobody. I just want to take my family, because everybody was getting picked at. Every little thing I did, my family getting picked at. I'm like, my family is harmless, man. They're not worried about none of this thing, So I just try to alleviate a lot of problems. And there's no problems to alleviate when I really sit back and think about it. I'm like, well, never had a criminal record. That's the biggest thing. Never had no serious allegations. So I sit back and all right, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing too much? And if I do too less, is it gonna be enough to still be able to go places I wanna go and do what I need to do to feed my family?
He talked about Draymond Green. I asked him this question, especially in the world I'm in now, my family takes a lot of heat or feels a lot of heat for things I say. And then it's the social media, so they think they have to defend me and this and that. And I'm always like, nah, yeah, I'm straight. I understand how to deal with this. How much pressure, though, is it to know that because of your behavior or because of your perception, let me say that, because of your perception, there is all of these narratives that you now have to defend your family against or protect your family from that are all about you?
I'll be honest with you, I try to go get help as much as I can.
What you mean?
I try to talk to coaches that actually can relate. I try to ask some therapists that they know. Sometimes just calling my grandmother and just talking to her. Because nobody, out of all the people that's going to my grandma, she just, she tell me what got you where you at? By being you. So all the problems I try to figure out, I think I don't put no pressure on myself anymore. I think that's what it is. I got all this pressure. I want to release it, but I don't got no pressure on myself. And I think the more, like I said, I go open up and actually go in the building and be a friendly coworker or a coachable player for coaches, because it's like, one, man, bro, there's not too many people you can go talk to, bro. You can't trust them because there's always something, and they want something from you or it's a catch. So being, 27, and just now figuring out how to express my feelings without being angry, I think I'm still trying to figure it, kind of lost.
Yeah.
But my navigation telling me, all right, got to open up more. You got to go ask for help. Got to go, sometimes got to cry. Mm-hmm. I don't cry as much, but I go pray. I'm like, if I can't cry, I'm going to go pray. I'm going to go sit in the shower, I go pray. Because sometimes a simple prayer, it helped me. I think that's why I won Super Bowl. I was quiet all year. I was really quiet all year. minus me and Slay, we have nothing. He had a fat head on my wall as a kid. Come on, man. I ain't got no animosity with you, bro. I watched you from the lines with Calvin. Like, I played with you on the GameCube. I went quiet, bro. I was just praying every day. I'm like, man, I gotta help my teammates and my coaches and people that hired me here. And I think praying, bro, has just been helping me.
From your time at Florida, to the NFL, playing in 2 Super Bowls, leading the league in picks, being misunderstood at times and trying to find the answer so you can be the best you can possibly be. Is there anything in there that you would change about your journey to this point?
Yeah. I would change how I would model my role models, like how I looked up to them. And
You saying the people you looked up to?
Yeah, or how they went about things. Like you said, like, for example, Reggie was the first safety I seen coming from Palm Bay.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about it. Palm
Reggie
Bay,
Nelson was a baller.
and then on the field, I would see like everything. I'm like, okay, I gotta be just like that. And then Little League, your coach said, you wanna be like that? But you hear those, I'm like, I gotta be just like him. And then like, as a kid, I would see you guys, Ryan Clark, Troy, Charles, I see all the little highlights. I'm like, oh, I gotta do exactly those things. I think if I would go back and change how I would do certain things, like my outbursts of when I'm being attacked when I was younger. I think that's where it started. The 4-5 star, y'all know how that go. That's where it started. I think me not caring about what other people think when I was younger, I think it affected me. And that outburst carried and spurt moments in my life because it reverted back to my childhood. I would do in my childhood. And I think if I could go back, I would change how I would do some of my outbursts, how I approach it, instead of always being aggressive, like I said, by watching. But it's not all, I never knew why it was like those type of people.
So can you be the great player? RC just said it, how great you were. Can you be that player if, you pipe down a little bit, or if you change your approach?
I feel like the past 2 years I have. I feel like the past 2 years I've been going from Philly, Detroit, Philly. I felt like I made a complete change because I would allow people to help me and understand so I can be a great safety. I would go ask questions. What do I need to do so I could satisfy you, like respectfully satisfy your needs so I could still be here and have a job? Respectfully. And those responses would be, let's keep doing what you're doing. Or you're fine. You're here to catch picks and bring energy. I'm like, all right.
but I honestly think, and you way better than I ever was, but between the whistles, you cover so much goddamn ground. We were talking about it when you was coming. I was like, bro, from Florida, you cover so much ground. I think that's your greatness. Like, your fast twitch is stupid. It's when the whistle blows to when the whistle starts. It's more to it. Like, it's like, to Fred's question, like, it's almost let me know if I'm wrong, like, do you have to have a hatred towards your opponents?
No.
Because it seems as if, like, it's not like, okay, good catch. It's, you caught the ball, bitch, you didn't catch the ball again, you motherfucker. Do you have, watching you, it seems that way.
So you can ask teammates I play with. It's not like that. People say it's like, because we're celebrating, but it's never negative towards the person or the game, because like I said, I can't name a single person that I seen off the field that I did an antic towards or over that we have a personal problem with. There's no intent to like be that villain.
Yeah.
It's just true joy of playing the game and doing what I love. Like, I've been in games where I ain't said nothing. And I'm still like, oh, he's out there. I ain't said nothing. I just hit a guy the wrong way. Or, I don't know, I'm near a pile or something. Or it's been games where I haven't said nothing. And it's been games where, yeah, it's not because I go out there with hatred. No, I'm going based off the game. It's a rivalry game. It's a big game. Like San Fran, the first San Fran game, the Eagles game, forget the media. There was nothing on the field to lead. There was no switch to get. It's nothing. It's none of that going on. So I get on the field. Like, I don't got no vendetta. There's no energy, no negative energy out there. It's just playing with passion from guys I looked up to, how they played the game. I'm just playing ball, man.
What was it, Wims?
Javon Mims
Mims.
from Chicago.
That was all right.
You snatched the man mouthpiece out his mouth.
It started deeper than that. So that's a whole situation I can give you. Is cold. He got hit the wrong way on the sideline. He felt the way, and it went from there. But nothing else. Like, respectfully, we saw each other that summer and laughed because he's a Georgia Bulldog, a Florida Gator, and we sketched each other.
He did steal off for you, though.
Yeah, but it was just like it wasn't.
He was like,
No, but I can't forget the picture with this. He had a little.
I'm like, did you really take it that far? Like, come on, man. Like, it's a hit. Like,
you had them things loaded.
It was a total Florida boy incident too, though. The whole thing was Florida.
I know he was biting his lip.
Because I was like, this is my thing, and this is what clicked. Like you said, that switch. Yeah. If I swing, that image that y'all talking about is everywhere still to this day. You know, it's so crazy, and no, not taking away nothing from the guy. But come on now. I would be in the same position.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You would.
I'd be in the same position. I took the high road many times when I could have been that, he's the cool, but why he didn't swing?
That's not a crazy person thought.
Because I read that rule book, y'all said fighting fine how much? Oh no, y'all crazy. I heard you, coach.
Like, everybody has an alpha. Your defense this year in Philadelphia, the rush was crazy. Obviously, Jalen is amazing. Zach played amazing at backer. I mean, just on every level, y'all had a tone setter. But you, to me, were the energy, the personality of the defense. I was at the Super Bowl, and I'm watching it. They throw a ball to Travis Kelce over the middle. He doesn't catch it, but you give him a little chicken wing, right? Yeah. When you get into a game like the Super Bowl and you know that's a future Hall of Famer, the quarterback's a future Hall of Famer, do you turn up the energy so the rest of your team follows that?
I calm down.
Really?
You can ask the film team. This third quarter, 6 minutes left, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Because I know if I get out my body or get too up, we get out of control. There's been the biggest games we done played, and I was just like, I can't do what I do. I can't do what I do. Super Bowl, I was fine being the safety valve and understand I just don't let the ball go over our head. I don't care about no tackle right now. I don't care about knocking somebody head. That's not my job right now. Like, I calm down because I don't watch big games on TV so much. I'm like, why not me? I don't watch the NBA Finals. I don't watch NHL. I'm like, I need to be the last team standing. And when we lost the first Super Bowl, it just hit even more. I'm like, I was on the stage and just the top of the mountain. And you got to think about it, only, 59 teams won Super Bowl? 53 players exactly? I want to be one of them. I was one of them. And that's why I had to calm down. Kick back. Even the whole week, I didn't leave the room.
You know, you sound like an incredibly sane person. When you have a helmet on and Javon Mims swings on you or Ray McCloud gets upset with you, the perception is, right, or the thought is, CJ had to do something to them people to make those people punch him, or to get him or to get them in that space. I knew you, like I said, I met you in college, right? Mm-hmm. I knew you were intelligent, right? I knew you had good sense. But even me watching it was like, oh wait, he's changed from that young man I met that told that group of high school players how to be the best you could possibly be. How do you now overcome the narrative that's been created throughout the first 6 years of your career?
Just win here. Just keep winning. Just keep winning and don't take away from what's already there. I think that's the biggest thing. Just keep winning. I think when you talk about football and your career, it's winning football games. You can't talk about losing. Winning and staying out the way and making sure that you're doing the best thing you can do for the organization, yourself, and your family. I think, like you said, and not even making an outburst. Not even doing, like you said, antics on the field, things happen. Like I said, take the Howard like you've been doing.
Mm-hmm. You keep talking about outbursts, and you said you had an outburst as a kid. Tell me about what life was for you growing up then. Like what, because you keep saying I always had these outbursts. I had these outbursts.
Yeah.
It started when I was young.
Yeah.
What were the outbursts for when you were younger?
Battling against older kids, trying to solidify myself as the best kid in the county. Tarian Folsom was the best running back in our county. And everybody was like, oh, you can't be better than him. You can't be better than him. So you can't. I'm not hearing that. So I would always go against these kids, and I'm the person that go against them. And I think when things would go against me in Little League, I'm not having that. There was no fights. It's just I would use my athletic ability to make it, like, my outbursts come from my athletic ability. I'm always trying to defend that. Oh, I'm better than you. That's what the outbursts come from. Oh, I'm better than this person. I'm better than this person. And that's what I'm referring to, is like, not nothing personal. It was like I always was trying to get the outbursts, I'm better than this next person. Don't say it no more. Just do it. And that's where it started. I think if I was just doing it back then, like I'm the biggest brother out of all my brothers. There's two of us. So I got to learn it on my own. My mom, single mom to my stepdad came. So going out against the older kids and, seeing how they played and then watching it on the internet, I'm like, I'm going to be better than him. And then let them know about it. You don't got to do that sometimes. And I think if I learned at a younger age, it would have helped me even more. People, okay, I could play with this kid, or I could, work with him or something like that. So,
CJ, you was talking about running backs, the best running back in the county. I want to go back to your Super Bowl run this year. Your defense, amazing, one of the best in league history. Your offense just turned up a notch when Saquon pulled up. The first time in practice, when he ran through the hole, did you turn that down, or what was your mindset like? Let me go see what this looked like, or what was that matchup like?
You can't go hit the money.
I just want to know.
No, so this is what happened.
He's
This
a
is what happened.
I'm about to say.
This is what happened. This is, okay, you asked me why I'm in Houston. We do a 2-minute drill.
Uh-oh.
And Nick say, it's third tempo. This is in, I think, first beginning part of practice, we get our pads. I say, you show, Nick. And Nick say, just throw them up, Chauncey. I said, I got you. The first play, guard turn out, shoot the gap. They immediately blow the whistle. Because they know, like, They were like, oh, no. Here, hold the D-line. The O-line say, oh, you weren't going to hit him, Saquon. He going to shake you. Saquon said, all right, Chauncey. You got it. We competitive. Because he walked up to me before camp. Hey, if I break, that's 7 points. If you stop me, that's 6 points. I say, bet. I say, but what if I smack you? Like, what if I hit you? Like, come on, all right, we just talking. So, because I had Wolf Coach say third tempo. Yeah. Like, what I get for that? He was like, just take care of him, I'm take care of you. They doing how offense do. They little gimmicks on 2 minutes. Nick go empty, and I know what's coming. And Jalen Hurts, quarterback draw, I run straight down the middle. I'm supposed to be in the middle third, run right down the middle. I ain't even hit him, but I got drill over defense one, whatever. I got cussed out so bad. And you
got too close?
I got close to Jalen to warn Saquon. Like, this can happen to you on 4th and 1. And you not gonna fill the gap like that in the game. Bijan Robinson play happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No disrespect to the kid.
He's dope.
Yeah.
He's good.
He can go.
They make a crazy call in the huddle. And it's me and him, and I'm like, oh. And it triggered back to what Saquon said. I saw Saquon in the backfield. I didn't see Bijan Robinson. And it went from there, and I go to the sideline, I say, Saquon, that was you. And he just laughed. And we lost, but it was like, that was that moment.
Man, I love that, man. You mentioned Jalen. You've had the fortune of playing with a lot of good quarterbacks. You go and win the Super Bowl with Jalen. Now you're with C.J. Stroud. I know it's just been an off season. He was kind of banged up. Are there any similarities, or what things do you see in C.J. when you said, I can come here and win? What things do you see in C.J. Stroud that can help you win a championship here as well?
A competitor, a dog, and willing to lead. I played a lot of, Drew was one of those quarterbacks willing to lead us. And getting shipped to Philly was kind of a blessing. Because, being in New Orleans, the situation was hard, so we're looking for a leader. It's easy when you gravitate around a leader like Jalen, so when coming to another team, it's like, you don't got to say much. You just sit back and just encourage them. It's the only thing you can do with those type of quarterbacks, because you can't put too much on their plate. They already got, they got a lot going on. So if I could just be that teammate, like, bro, you him. We've been doing this since we were 7 years old, 6 years old, bro. Don't change. If I could just be that teammate, because I think Brandon Graham said something to me. You can be on a teammate with somebody for 10 years and not know them. I don't want to be that person. I want to know something about you. Even I know your favorite color, shoe, because that's what type of person I am. You can ask everybody in Philly. I'm getting the kitchen staff and equipping people shoes. Because these people come up 5 o'clock in the morning cooking us breakfast. Clean our lockers. So if coming to this team, all I can say is encourage him. Because everybody got negative around him, and now encourage him in a way where he want to do it.
Yeah.
Not just, you good, but you got to be better than him. Nah, bro, you good where you at, just let's keep going and let's keep building.
And bro, with D'Amico, we played with him. We old. We were puppies. We played with him, but
he played with D'Amico daddy.
Yeah, he played back. He got tackled by Dick Butkus. but bro, the way
I just smile at these guys.
Hey, Mike Singletary told Freddie teacher.
He gave him hell. That 46 bell. Shit, Fred, you will run through that 46 bell. But the way you the way you talk, I know guys that think like you. I kind of think like you. You might be further off the diving board than I am. But is it? How is you and Miko's relationship? Because I think he could understand where you coming from more. And I'm not no bad mouth to anybody, any other coaches, any Nick. Y'all won a Super Bowl together. But does he understand where you're coming from more? Do y'all talk?
You know what's so crazy? When I got traded here, I was in shock. Now I told him I couldn't even come in. I couldn't come in the building because I was confused. I didn't know who to turn to.
How did you find out you were getting traded?
At night. I'm just what I was doing, trying to stream on Twitch. If I get a phone call, hey buddy, oh man, I'm thinking I done did something crazy. But when you ain't do nothing, you just trying to okay, we haven't signed nobody. Free agency. What they got to do with me?
This is the Eagles?
Yeah, what they got to do with me? Yeah, and the team's on a younger slate right now. I'm 27. What they got to do with me? I'm going word for word. Yeah, so I'm going to let you know in the morning or we're going to send you or we're going to cut you. Whoa, I said, if you cut me, you got to clean it up. With nothing going on, I said, if the slate situation affected this ain't got nothing to do with that. I say, please let me know why I'm getting cut or clarify. Cause this is out the blue. 10 o'clock the next day, they'll send you to Houston. What? I say, hold on. I just called Nick. Nick don't answer. I called Dom. Dom don't answer. Howie calling. Your contract way too much. I'm in my mind, I'm it's bullshit. I'm on an incentive-based contract. I'm billing $1 million this year. How am I weighing too much? If you want to protect and bring more, just say Because I had the option to take my salary and turn it to a signing bonus or whatever it may be and reconstruct pretty much so guys can get paid. I said that. Yeah, but we still need more money. I say, Howie, do what you need to do best for his organization. I said, I just want to go somewhere where I can win. As simple. I said, I just want to go somewhere where I can win. I don't have to struggle. I said, because if I struggle, I'm going to struggle as a player. I told him that straight out of my mouth. He said, all right. And my agent called me at 10 o'clock. You going to Houston that next morning. So I'm like, damn. I'm happy, but I'm like, damn. I got to start all over again with a group of guys who got a narrative of, and I just won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So I'm like, damn. I'm battling now, like, okay, do I go quiet? Do I don't show up? Do I send a text to Stingley like, yo, bro, like, I don't know who to text. I don't know who to call on this team. I don't even. D'Amico say, welcome to Houston. I say, D'Amico, bro, I'm shook right now. I had to tell him. And he knew what it felt like being traded. And he was like, take your time. I went and signed. I was like, just don't post me signing. I was broke.
What hurt you so much about it?
I built my home there in Philly. If I knew the contract was gonna be a 1 year, I'd have signed a 1 year deal. Not a 3 year, $33 million deal, $15 million signing bonus to be shipped out with no problems.
So, like, you say you don't cry. You say when you feel something, you pray. If you don't know if you want to go in the building, if you're telling the new team you're going to, and we see it all the time, right? The guys sign, they smile, the thing in the back, it says signed, all that. We see, like, that's part of the celebration of the process. If you don't want that, then you have to have feelings and emotions that are extremely real for you. What were those feelings and emotions in that moment that couldn't allow you to be like, wait, I'm going to a playoff team that's really good, really young, really good head coach with another opportunity to win a Super Bowl? Why couldn't you be present in that moment?
I was still, put like that, I was still holding on to the memory I was making. I was trying to make history in Philly. Like, I done moved, my kids was moving to school. I'm like, okay, I was really trying to not get traded again or moved again to change the narrative. Like, the conversations we was having, that's why I was hurt. Like, these people on the phone, my kids. You don't play with people's kids. You don't play with people's kids. Like, y'all know what's going on, y'all say that. That's why I was crying, because you playing my kids, my family, and you smiling on our face, and then you saying, nah, bro, I don't get down like that. But I wasn't gonna allow my outburst to even, that's why I was quiet when I got traded. Like, yeah, the episode when you training and vlog, but man, I ain't got nothing to say about it. Them people ain't do me no type of bad doing there. They paid me, helped me take care of my family, and they provided me a job. I was just hurt because my kids was hurt, my family was transitioning. Yeah, that was a lot for me. And I was by myself. Well, I was just starting to get everybody in my family back. Like, that Super Bowl moment brought everything, like, I got people in New Orleans, people in Florida, so for when we went to Super Bowl in New Orleans with my grandma there, auntie there, it was like, dang.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and you just saw these people hugging them. I'm like, I'm just thinking about those memories. I'm like, you know, my son say, so we can't wear green anymore? That would kill me.
Red is nice here, Capital.
It's nice, but a 6-year-old kid, it took me all over. Yeah, man.
Bro, being that family patriarch is something I think a lot of young players don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Aren't you the patriarch of your family now?
Yeah.
Because financially you can support people. Now everybody gonna ask you your opinion on stuff and all.
Yeah.
Were you ready for that when it happened? And the mental state, because you can't be tough with that. That's what gets me, like that whole tough, shit, put it on me. But now you can't put other people's problems on you and you have to solve problems for other people?
I don't think I was ready for it. I wasn't ready to be the icon of my family yet. I'm gonna tell you, because my dad had a chance, my mom had a chance. So it was like, when it got thrown on me and I knew I had to make it out, I was like, boy, ooh. When I got drafted, that's when it felt like, okay, it's sinking in. That off season, that very first off season, that's when it hit. I went broke, boy. I went crazy broke. Trying to feed mom, make sure dad stayed straight. And I'm like, I wasn't ready to do all that stuff because I wasn't putting myself in position to be ready for it. I was just seeing things and just going off of what I saw. Hearing how the NFL is supposed to be and how we going off what I heard. So I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't actually sitting back and analyzing my actions and asking questions. I had great vets. I wouldn't even ask them a question. When I got Malcolm Jenkins, that's when shit clicked. It clicked. I wasn't having that.
How did Malcolm help you?
He saw through the bullshit. He's like, bro, I was just like you a couple years ago, coming out of Ohio State, and realized when I went from corner to safety, that's when I realized that I'm like, wait, you was a corner? My favorite player, I didn't know he was a corner. That's when I knew I had to really tighten up. First meeting, I couldn't even sit in the back no more. Like, I'm back here Malcolm was really, this, if you want to make it out, this is what you need to do. And not make it out of your rookie contract. I said, dang, all right. I was trying to be like Marshall. I can't be like Marshall. He done already established himself. I can't fuck, and nothing against him. He's a great player. I just can't, that's his role.
Yep.
I can't be like Janoris Jenkins. That was another Floyd. I got him in the room. I'm like, I can't be like him. Okay, no disrespect. I got to follow what's really going to help me. Get in the building at 6:30 where they can see that you're here taking your workout serious. Doing the extra workout after practice. Doing the tackling. Sometimes just going to Malcolm and just, all right, what do I need to do on film? Or as a man off the field in this building, you know what he told me? Stay nice to the trainers and make sure you speak to the coach every time you see him, no matter what coach. And it got me through a lot of things. And just don't take away from the organization. Like he said, you see all the stuff I do, you're standing up for our peoples. And he said, but I'm never taking away from the organization. I'm always going to ask them, like, how do you feel about this? You can see it. It's evident.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. And that's when I got Malcolm, that's when I really like, all right. When I lost him when he retired, I kind of was like, damn. But we went out with a bang, so I took everything I learned from him and I try to translate it.
He did that on this show, actually. Yeah. He retired here with us. You respect the vets, I can tell. Can you kind of take us through why the whole back and forth with you and Slay happened? Because it didn't seem like he was saying anything about you.
Yeah. He wasn't. That's the thing. He wasn't. Everybody blew it up around us.
Okay.
Let's just clear that out the way. I think I quoted Michael Parsons, one of his tweets or something. He said something on his podcast, and Slay go on it. But everybody said, well, Slay shouldn't have said something about your teammate. All right. He got asked a question. He can't control that. Let's just be honest with you. We go in the next day because they think okay, let's go back. When I got traded to Philly, I was actually happy to play with him. I didn't know how to say, big bro. I get into it with a rookie in the weight room. I don't know how you treat rookies, but I remember in the weight room in Saints, if there's a weight on the ground,
they pick it up.
You pick it up. Hey, I say, hey, Rook, make sure y'all pick these weights up. And one of them felt the way, and they went to Slay. It was my first day in, but I wasn't coming at him and we're from Florida. I think it was, no disrespect, I think me and Josh Joe. And I think Joe thought I was coming up with music loud. I'm like, nah, Joe, make sure you pick that up after you're done. Like, hey, little bro. He go to Slay, and Slay come to me, and I'm like, nah, I didn't mean it, but how the rookie went to me probably, like you said. I looked at it like, boy, what? What you talking about? Then the coaches get involved. Oh, don't talk to the rookies like that. Whoa, what? And that's what it took off from there.
Yeah.
First year, it was CD versus the DB coaches and the DBs. I had got traded a week before the season. I don't know their playbook, and they start me from the guys who's fighting for the safety spot. That's a slap in the face. That ain't my decision. That's why I started getting hated at. I'm in practice that week not knowing the playbook. And they just throw me at starting safety versus Detroit Lions. And every other starting safety that was practicing in camp was mad at me. I didn't ask for this trade. I was trying to get paid that nickel. That's
No bread.
That's where it started.
When it became public, though, the back and forth with Slay, how did you guys sort of come to a resolution? Because we had him on the show. He's the coolest cat ever, bro.
You know what's so crazy? Me and Big Bro would really just like still have our daily conversations. People would like, why are you and Slay beefing? We're not beefing. We play on the same side of the field. He would say, "Look, bro, you got me in the post. I got you. If you beefing with somebody, you're not gonna ask him that. You finna try to take the post in the third, in the half, in the quarter flat. Like,
Yeah.
it was. And then when everybody around, they kept picking at it. So as a vet, you probably get aggravated. And when he addressed it to me in the locker room, everybody want to make a scene. Like, we finna fight. No. So I just like, bro, no, I ain't got time for this right now. Everybody blew it up as in I'm mad at him. We in the locker room, bro. We're gonna be coworkers. Let's just go talk about this. Or you call me, which what he did after we talked on the phone. Let's win Super Bowl this year, and that's what we did.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, right? The ceremony, the ring ceremony coming up. Have you gotten that out of your system? You gonna go up to the thing?
I'm
good
going.
question.
Cause that's a moment that, respectfully, if I never get it again, I'm getting that moment. It's like candy shop. I gotta show up. Out of all the chains we done bought, you can't buy that one. You can't buy that one.
They don't know. They don't know. Charles, only you and I. Charles, only you and I know what it's like to go to 2 Super Bowls.
Man,
You know, win one. They don't know nothing about that, dog.
I thought you
I gotta go to the ceremony because, like I said, they traded me, but they didn't do anything personally.
Right.
They didn't. I can celebrate this last moment with y'all. I went to the wedding for Joe Casper, our safeties coach. Amo was there. Alec was the assistant GM. We all shook hands. We dancing. I got one more. I got another memory with him. So I'm finna make it last. So when you try to paint this narrative, you saw me and shook my hand, was laughing with me at this ring ceremony and his wedding. How crazy can I be?
You have any animosity towards anybody? Because when you keep getting traded, it's like, goddamn. Like you're saying, you surprised. I don't know what a twitch is. You was twitching.
That's like the
on
streaming.
video game.
Yeah, man, I'm old as man. I don't play no video games, man.
Hey, you thought it was twitching?
I stay at my 401k. I look at my Morgan Stanley app all night. But like, no animosity towards any of those transitions, anything that happened to your career.
Not from the gym in New Orleans, Mickey, to Howie, Brad in Detroit.
Yeah.
Brad told me straight up, we might not have room for you because Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph are evolving. I gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We went to an NFC championship together. We made history in Detroit. Why would I be upset? Because every place I've been, I made some sort of history. So I can never hate these people. You paid me. I got my name in the history books. I mean, if you don't bring me back to retire here, if I get to pick a place, if y'all want to bring me back, I'm kind of mad, but I'm going to retire at one of the teams I played for at least. At least, because y'all gave me a chance, so I'm going to at least give you, you know.
I don't want to kiss your ass, but do you ever tell them like, bitch, have you seen the defenses I play on?
No.
Like, do you like Detroit? Like you just said it, the Super Bowl. First time in Eagles, y'all was balling on defense. Detroit was balling on defense. Then Eagles balling on defense.
They didn't expect it in Detroit.
Yeah.
We lost the Super Bowl. I just lost to the Chiefs with the Eagles.
Right.
Jacksonville come to a joint practice. And I told him, I said, it's gonna be different. Y'all come up here because they was crazy practice getting to it. Dan come to me and say, I need you to have that same energy. First game against KC. I said, oh, it's gonna be like that all year. We walk into KC. I told him what in the locker room, I said, don't let that red fool you. I said, let the big red dog fool you. I said, because it lay down sometimes. I told him that in the locker room. I told him that. That's why I put out the ski mask. The blue ski mask. I say, if you want it, you got to go take it. I said, them boys, they were, because Brian Branch was on my hip like, you sure? I'm like, bro.
I like him.
You got to do what you want to do to these boys if you want to get your point across. We beat them.
Big Branch had the pick 6.
Hutch going crazy. JG was going no, Gibby emerged. That's when everybody heard of Jameer Gibbs. I'm like, okay, we got a chance. We played Seattle, we lose to Geno them. But how we played that game, I tore my pec first quarter. I'm thinking I'm getting bit by ants. I'm like, but this real spicy hot tiger bomb on it because I want to make a statement in Detroit about winning with these young guys. Everybody, oh, you didn't change nothing? Go watch that practice training camp, all camp. Giants came up there for joint practice. They knew what time it was. They coach said, yeah, we can't. Y'all defense, CD's going crazy. Jamal Agnew, Jacksonville come up there, live practice. For Philly's old coach, he was at Jacksonville.
Peterson.
Doug Peterson.
Doug say, we're gonna go live. I hit Lil Agnew, he fumble helmet come off. They stopped joint practice. This is true statement. Dan said we're gonna have a live 1v1s in Detroit. Gibby get his issue, but it wasn't on. I hit Jameer Gibbs in practice. Coach Shep get me. Everybody going.
Yeah.
They going crazy because in Detroit we do Oklahoma drills, so you know how it is up in Detroit, man.
Yeah.
They knew what time it was. When I told my pick, I felt bad for him, but I was happy for him because I was still there. If he had came into himself. Tracy was still, me and Tracy was
Tracy Walker.
trying to like figure out, okay, I'm like, big bro, you know, like we the older ones, so we got to, when we saw Kirby and Brian go crazy, that's when we were like, all right, we can't say nothing no more. They got it.
Can I talk about one of my favorite CJ CD plays?
What's up?
The hit on Pacheco in the Super Bowl, the first one. When you hit him in the chest and he couldn't figure out how to alleviate it, he tried to hunch over first and that didn't work. And then he went here, and then there was another play in that same quarter where you chop somebody down on the sideline.
Yeah.
When you're approaching Isaiah Pacheco on that one hit where you hit him in his chest, talk about your mindset for the young safeties and the young defenders that watch this show when you're approaching him into the contact, and then what you felt after you hit one of the better backs in the league in the biggest game in the world.
You gotta know when it's coming. You gotta really study it. This, what, 8 minutes left in the game? They gotta feed them. And the only way you go at these type of backs, you can have no fear. And when we say no fear, we ain't no fear to go hurt the guy. Not to go fear to go try to go crazy. No, just do your job. If you do what you've been taught and what you practice, that's my first time I made a legitimate hit like I hit the dummy in practice. I was so shocked because it shocked me. Like I finally did something right for him not to fumble. I'm like, I did. Like we do a lot of crazy time we practice. For him not to fumble, it still shows there's people out there working harder than you. People working harder than you. Like, most guys fumble that ball. That showed me, like, I got to keep practicing my technique because there's people out there that's practicing and working harder than you. He fumbled, we changed, we won the game. I might have 2 Super Bowls. But it taught me, all right, when I wake up in the morning, I got to go to work. No, I got to go to work and feed my family. I got to go to work because it's a young safety behind me that's getting ready to play. There's guys in colleges that's seeing me that want to be just like me but better. And for any young safety, just keep working.
I love it.
But you seem like you might yell bitch when you hit somebody.
Nah.
Bitch!
I got the nah.
You don't do that?
I got the Brian Dawkins in me.
What's that?
Something.
Yo, hallelujah.
No,
Listen,
I just scream like
okay.
the Superman scream like. It was like, what? You good? Nah, my fault. I twitched.
So you.
Like it's Reed Blankenship. He'll tell you he have to like see the snap out of it because I just go black. Like it's straight red dots. I just.
I know the feelings. I can't even tell you. I know the feelings,
You talking
dog.
about them fines you was talking about earlier? You can thank this OG right here for that.
Hey, I know the feelings, dog.
I actually have two questions. I know we're gonna wrap in a second. The first one, because you've mentioned family, you mentioned your kids, and that hurt you the most with the move from Philly.
Yes, sir.
How has fatherhood changed your perspective, on the game, and when people come at you with these allegations that you are this type of player, that type of player, this type of person?
I just, okay, seeing my oldest son, I'm like, all right, how can I really lead him? It was like, you gotta teach. I just wanna lead him in the right way. Cause you gonna learn a lot of things, get taught a lot of different things. And it's always when teammates I play with in college, like your son, how nephew doing? I'm like, damn, okay. He doing good. I can tell somebody like how my kid's doing. Or I can always I just look at their life and reflect like, everybody was asking how my kid's doing. I'm like, they're doing good. Cause I wanna lead them in the right light. Like, I don't wanna always teach them something. Cause they, like I said, like, it's hard, this world change is difficult, it's evil, and it's hard to get a grasp on it. So if I could just keep this path clear for him and my daughter and my other son, Saint, man, you can do what you wanna do. Like I said, hey, no outbursts. This is what daddy did. This is the good effect, it's the bad effect. That's what I'm gonna teach. But I just wanna keep this path clear and keep everything away from them. Not everything, so they can walk in the world and be like, all right, I can do something, whether it's football, scientists, or whatever it may wanna do. I just wanna be proud, because when people ask, like I said, me and your son got a great relationship. So he saw me one time, he was like, he gonna be crazy good. I say, nah, he gonna be better than me because I'm gonna teach him to just be in the right crowds. That's something I'm gonna teach him. Be around the right people. When you're around success, you're gonna be successful.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
It
like.
leaves footprints.
Right. And the other question is one of our favorite questions. Your biggest pivot in life. That's the moment you can look back on and say, because of this happening, I am the person I am today.
I looked myself in the mirror, to be real. I think when I got traded the first time to Philly, I actually had to sit back and realize, this is my rookie contract, it could end. I actually had to make a phone call to the Howie and ask him, and I apologized to the GM like a grown man for the little things. I had to apologize and understand. That was a pivot in life because I never knew how to apologize. And I apologize to Mickey Nunes because I feel like I let him down for trading me. And I think that's what helped me express a lot of gratitude to people. And that's what's helping me.
Right.
It's just helping me, bro. Thanking and being forgiving to everybody in my life. Because, like you say, I've been traded, but I can forgive them for, like you said, helping me. That's the pivot. Being able to forgive people and just move on and not hold on to nothing. You can't hope. Gotta be able to, God forgives. So why can't I?
Jesus was brought here specifically for that. My last question would be this. You're talking about apologizing, forgiving. In the sort of the heat of the moment, the statement was made, the Eagles won't win another ring without me. And you see what happened when I was gone for a year. Looking back at those statements, how do you feel about those now?
I'll retract them, and I wouldn't even say it because I play with those guys. And I know how they will feel. Like, Chauncey, you tripping. It's a disrespect to Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown. I can name all those guys on that team. Lane Johnson.
Right.
Respectfully, because Lane is my big vet. And Lane would tell me, hey, Chance, I got your back, but when you do too much, I don't got your back. And that's one of those moments that's too much. Because it's taken away from his career. He done it before me. So I think apologizing to the guys in Philly, like, I got nothing against them. And if they win 6 more rings without me, they deserve it, because that's the type of players they are. And if I don't win, if I do win, like you said, I will apologize to them like a grown man. That's why I'm going to the ceremony, because I know how to approach it. Even if somebody asks me about it, bro, I apologize. That wasn't nothing towards you. I respect you. Like I said, I'll give all my respect to Lane being the oldest guy on the team, the veteran team, because he will be owed apology more, because that comment would be more hurtful to him. Because say he decided to keep playing. So, yeah.
Nah, that's how we end the pivot, man. That was dope. Appreciate you, bro.
Good, man.
That was real, dog.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, that was damn good, bro. That
You
was
got a
damn
little
good.
Ocho in you, CJ. But they take you the wrong way because you're more aggressive
really
than
do.
Ocho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They see you
No,
for
but
like,
he
I'll
just
knock
switched.
your head off if I got to. But no, that's always good though. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, congrats on everything, bro. And it's good that you're trying to sort all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're understanding the business more and more and more, right? And you gotta always keep your face clean, because they all talk. They see this like, oh, he can be this, but he's a great player. This is liability, this is an asset. You know, he can do this. And then, you know, this can probably bring him down here, but it's good that you identify with everything that you've done from change to change. So keep going, bro.
Appreciate you.
I get to see you when y'all come down to Jacksonville, and then when they come over here. Yeah, I know, right? And then that division is nothing like where you just
It be
left.
hot in Jacksonville, though.
Yeah, here
I'll be
too.
honest with you.
You know what I'm
Bullock?
saying?
Nice.
No, he's phenomenal.
I just trained him this weekend.
I talked to him. I don't know how you didn't have 12 plus picks last year.
Wow.
He dropped 4. Kalen Bullock. He was out there this weekend. Tall kid from
And
with the USC.
all right, this is not Petrie.
He can go too.
You know what's so crazy? I see him being like a linebacker, because like,
That's what he do. He played
man,
Sam.
the way he run the gap.
And what's the
He
other guy
basically
that
played Sam because he played nickel.
that knocked Trevor head off? Al, Akir, Azim.
Oh, he a monster.
Azim.
Florida
Aziz. Hey, I love
And
him.
that's why your coach,
He a
the real
killer.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, your coach, he gon' rock with y'all.
Fellas, it is finally happening. We have America's sweetheart now. It's not just a Heisman Trophy winner and a #1 overall pick. This is everybody's speech giver. Jameis Winston, man, welcome to the show. This is Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder, I'm Ryan Clark, Pivot Fam. Thank you for pivoting with us. Jameis, man, there's so much to get into, but something that was really beautiful that you got to experience this year was in the summer was going to Africa. Talk a little bit about why that was important to you and how that trip affected you.
Before I get into that, I just want to let y'all know how much I respect y'all and how beautiful it is to see 3 African-American academic athletes, because I know it takes so much research that y'all do and knowing what y'all talk about and the dedication it takes of really not just speaking your heart and your opinion, but speaking in the best interest of the athlete and whoever that you're interviewing. So I just value that so much, especially with so many different podcasts and things going around. I know I always tune in to the Pivot because I feel like one of y'all. So thank you so much for just using our platform to bring life and information to all of us. So
Man,
thank you.
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
In terms of Africa, me and my life mastery consultant always say that gratitude is the key to abundance. And I feel like the Rwandan people were so gracious and they didn't depend on the things that I feel like myself as a Westerner, as an American, would depend on. Everywhere we went, our guide, Eugene, he would pray. And not just like, praying over your food, praying when you get up in the morning, praying at night, saying your prayers. But he was praying for every little thing. So what that showed me was just his dependence and faith, like really on the Lord. Like he's not trusting into like, man, we got a Mercedes, and I know this Mercedes brake gonna work. I know that it's riding good. I'm not worrying about my transmission or lights. Like he's just like, no, like, Lord, I need you to get us to this destination. Lord, I'm praying for your safety to this destination. We walking out the car. We're praying as we get out the car that we have an impactful moment going to wherever we're going. So I would feel like the Rwandan people, they're so gracious in the way that they carry themselves with pure joy in pure dependence. Like it was an unreal, faithful experience because I went with this nonprofit organization called Compassion, and they're church-led, Christ-centered, and children-focused. So we focus on providing resources and really sponsoring kids for single moms during their first year of childbirth to provide them with all the doctors and all the resources that they need for their children to live. Whether it's malnutrition, whether it's their environment, whatever, just supporting them through that. But man, I got so much more from just doing a mission trip of supporting kids because me and my wife, we invested into Compassion and to help build like these community centers, these churches that provides the whole community, not just that one child that you sponsor, but really the whole community with a way of life with Christ. And it was beautiful because the first place we went to, they just wanted to show me like, okay, James, this is what you're investing in. This church community center has been running for 7 years, and this is how it's sustaining itself, right? And then they took me to the place that me and my wife invested into, and my sister, like my cousin, she had sponsored a child there. And the kids were younger. The kids now were age 3 to 5. The first place we went, the kids were like ages 7 to 12. And these churches, they grow with the kids. So to walk up in this place where we were serving food to the kids, like they singing, dancing, just joyful feeling. You could feel everything like coming over you, and you just feel like the Spirit just talking to you, like, man, like you serving, but you doing the Lord's work. Like these kids are looking at you as like you bringing life to this whole community. And it's not just the kids, it's the adults. They looking at you like, oh man, like we gonna eat because of what you provide to us. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna be able to, get a new goat because you have provided this for this young kid. Like, so it was just, we were bringing life, but the way they view it is like, we don't need it. Like, this is not something that we need.
Yeah,
but
we're not expecting to have this.
We're thankful for you for coming out of your way to come over here and serve us, right? Because obviously we take responsibility for our community, but we're gonna welcome you into our community, and we're gonna walk with you, and we're gonna allow you to play an integral role into our children's, like our kids that we're not able to really provide for as much. We can provide them with joy. We can provide them with self-esteem. But in terms of the resources that you're bringing, we don't have the makeup for that. And it just was a beautiful moment, man. Again, at this first church, but going to that second church, community center, where I'm walking up the hill, man, and like, it's just like I see a rainbow of people in different colors, like singing, we dancing, and it's just like, I instantly went to, the Muhammad Ali, George Foreman fight where Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X are in the streets and they're saying, Ali Boumaye, and that instantly stuck with me because I'm like, man, the impact that this man, Muhammad Ali, made for, losing his belt and saying that I'm going to fight all my fights in Africa, like make that transition. And I'm just making a small piece of just making a decision to go and serve someone outside of my own community and seeing the impact in the whole community just coming and providing support. And I mean, I actually preached my first sermon, like an hour and 15-minute long sermon, and had a translator in Kinyarwanda while I'm speaking to this whole community. And they're just there, they're supporting just because they know that me and my wife are providing a way for their kids, for their youth, and that just hit with me, man. Just learning different things about Rwanda, understanding that Rwanda was had a genocide 31 years ago. Mm-hmm. Literally, the year I was born, they had a genocide, and now their country is still vibrant and so together and connected and singing and just like it's all in unison. And I just was I was taken away by Africa, man. And I'm happy because my wife, she had that typical Western point of view of like, oh man, we're gonna go to Africa. We ain't gonna have no water. We ain't gonna have no electricity.
Yeah.
Like she was like, I already got she had the braids, so she ain't had to worry about a hair. You know what I'm saying? But like she just had like, what am I gonna do? That fear of the unknown. We're just like, man, like what I'm gonna do? Man, we get to Rwanda, man. We stand in a 4-point Sheraton that look like a Four Seasons. Like they got the weight room. I'm getting my workout in, man. They got a private sauna. Like, and I'm just like, man, people don't see Africa in this light. But you drive 3 hours to a remote location where there ain't no roads. It's just here. You're seeing people walking with no shoes, with big 2x4 metal plates because they built in the house, or big bags of rice on the back of their bike as they pedaling up. Do you know how hard it is to ride a bike with no shoes? I'm just saying, like, do you know how hard it is? Like, so they either had no shoes, they had flip-flops on. Do you know how hard it is to ride bikes with flip-flops on? Like, you had to have shoes on, or the Crocs at least put in sport mode to ride a bike. And they carrying, I'm telling you, they carrying bushels of bananas, rice sacks, up incline. Rwanda is called the land of 1,000 hills and 1,000,000 smiles. And these people, they're not complaining.
Yeah.
They not, and from the look of their eyes, they're not suffering.
Yeah.
They're present. They're all they dependents, like they got faith that they gonna see a better day. And they okay with it.
As we see, bro, we've been around you some. Your passion is crazy. Your faith is crazy. I would say when I got to the Dolphins, if it was my quarterback, I wouldn't listen to you.
Yeah.
Cause it just like it sounds like you know butterflies and flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude came from Atlanta from the hood, and you speaking like this, like it would be like, man, here go Jameis again. Like how does the locker room accept your passion for what you do? Not on the field, they know you could throw a touchdown, but off the field, how does the locker room respond to you?
The locker room responded to me well because it's every day. It ain't just like a one-time thing. It's consistent. And like, I'm that kid from the hood from Bessemer. So my experiences of being like who you are, like you gotta be that. Or somebody will check you for you not being who you are. And I think that's where, when I first came into the NFL, while I was trying to feel around and please other people and not focus on my roots and where I came from, and realize like that was enough. Like you didn't have to go outside of your boundaries just because you were an NFL quarterback. You didn't have to present yourself in a certain type of way just because you were an NFL quarterback. Now you had a responsibility and you had requirements to be that NFL quarterback, and obviously representing that shield is something that's in a whole different level. But I think that's why my teammates respect it, because initially I was the guy, I'd be like, I say something, motivational, and then I sit back, and I say something funny, and then I sit back. But then once I understood, like once I saw, when Byron Leftwich was my offensive coordinator, and I had an offensive coordinator that was an African-American, I had Bruce Arians coming to that building, and he was like, James, I want you to be who you are. I had Clyde Christensen, that Coach Payne Manning, Tom Moore, like this new regime, they just like, man, I want you to be who you are, be free-loving, go out there, no risk, no biscuit. But he just was a player's coach that spoke life into his players. So I felt like an imposter if I wasn't talking the way that I talked when I was in Alabama, lifting up my teammates like on a continuous basis and not compromising for losing. Like, because that's how I was when I first got in the league. I would compromise, like, say those sayings like, oh man, it's a long season. Well, it's okay. Like, no. Being okay with that and being silent in those times, to me, is fake. You gotta be the same person every single day. And once you're the same person every single day, you earn that respect for who you are. I think about, like, me and my wife was talking about this the other day. And she was like, man, why you think people starting to realize that that you're a good person now and they ain't care about you being a good person when you was younger? I was like, because other people saying it, baby. Like now my testimony has spoke for itself. Now other people are witnesses to that. I can't come out there and say, like, man, well, I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun and this. But they look, oh, no, you're not. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. But when other people are able to vouch with you, and when other people see you consistently who you are every single day, and they say, well, you know what? Like, he is all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, then people be like, oh, well, you know what? Yeah, he might be okay. This person said it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So it takes someone else, again, someone else's character is who you are when no one is watching.
Wow.
Right? So who you are every single day. Are you showing up every single day? I think over time, that just became a thing. Now people say like, oh, this James is fun, but I've been the same person. Wow. But only in small segments when I was younger in the league. Because I had to listen, I had to earn my stripes. Yeah. But as I got older, obviously in terms of manhood, in terms of just self-awareness, emotional intelligence of knowing who you are, and realizing like you suppressing who you are is more detrimental to you than you not being who God calls you to be. Mm-hmm. Just coming to realization with that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, every time we come across paths, man, you're full of joy, always passionate, grateful. I don't know how people could have misread the book of James. Like, you're just so full of life, man. And, I do want to ask you, with everything, are you at peace?
I still pray for peace. I'm asking Jesus for peace that surpasses all understanding. I wouldn't say that, I would say that my heart is at peace, but professionally, like, no, I'm not at peace because I'm not where I want to be in terms of my profession. I have not accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in terms of my profession. But man, my family verses, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Before that verse, actually, Pittsburgh Steelers chaplain actually was the first person to kind of introduce me to a different view of that family verse, where he talked about, Paul, who is the writer of Philippians, and he's not just talking about I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like, that's like my 3 rules of life. My dad told me it was God, school, and I could do anything I put my mind to. He wasn't talking about I could do anything I put my mind to as long as Jesus with me. He was talking about like, man, I am in jail. I am suffering. I've made do with a lot. I've made do with little. And then in verse 12, he said he understood what it was meant to be content. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I am content. But also, another good pastor said, content don't mean satisfied.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So though I am content, and I know that everyone has a role, especially in the NFL, and serving is one of my most important roles until the opportunity presents itself for me to go out there and ball. When that presents itself, I do that. But serving is a part of my role that I have to embrace, and I have to put 100% in that, because that's the position that I'm in. That's the position that I put myself in this position. So again, understanding that from an emotional side, realizing like, man, like I'm gonna tell my son, like, hey son, like I'm not good enough. We got to keep going. Like, I tell him, I was like, I'm not perfect. And he tells me like, but everyone wants me to be like you. I was like, please, I hope no one wants you to be like me. Right. Like, because you're the only person that could be you. Mm-hmm. And I just speak that into his life because, man, like, yes, I love being me, but I wish me had a Super Bowl. I wish we had, some MVPs, some way more winning seasons. Yeah. I'm sorry talking me's and I's and all this stuff.
I get it.
But that's what I want for myself. That's what helped me be at peace.
Right.
Because you can't go home without those things, no matter how many accolades you have. Wow. Your people still gonna tell you, like, man, you ain't won no Super Bowl, man. Like, when the last time you won a playoff game? They think all the people on TV give you the business. It's your people that's closest to you that's gonna let you know every single day. Yeah. And that accountability is like what drives you for more.
I have a question, because you talked about it when you gave us our flowers. We do try to get to the heart of some things. And you mentioned now you're the author, right? Or the orator of your narrative, when at first other people were. When you said your wife asked you, why do you believe they know you're a good person? Now, some of that, Jameis, was when you were young, was bad decision making. When you look back at who people perceived you to be coming into the league because of some of the things that have transpired, how did you grow from some of those decisions and the pain that it caused you?
Immediately, I grew from a decision-making standpoint because I knew there were some things that I could not do. Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial in terms of the youthful decisions that I made, the crab legs and all the other different stuff. But in terms of just me, who I am, I literally just changed through patience. of not being a person that reacts off certain situations, but learning how to respond, learning how to let something play out in front of me before I just be the person out in front. Like, I'm gonna do this, and can't nobody tell me nothing. You know, my quarterback coach, Damian Craig, he said this about me one time, and it kind of stuck with me. He's like, man, you fearless. He's like, but at some point you're gonna have to fear the consequences. Just because you a dog or you want to do this, there's still gonna be consequences for everything that you do, and you gotta fear those more than you want to be fearless. I was like, Coach, I don't feel nothing but God, so I'm good, you know. And then, but as I grew older, I understood, like, you know, even when it comes about, you know, decision making on the field, like, yeah, I can make that throw, but I also have to fear the consequences to making that throw 9 times out of 10, opposed to 7 times out of 10. Yeah, I can party all night with my teammates, but sometimes I gotta fear the consequences of, like, yeah, maybe I can do it and go out there and have a great game, but maybe some of the young bucks just don't have that in them, where they can go out there and do something to that magnitude and go out there and perform the way that they're capable of performing. It wasn't what was on me, it was what was in me. And I know that great is he that is in me, that is he that is in this world. So I had to do away with some of the worldly things that I was okaying and getting by with just because of the grace of God and my talent, and start really understanding, like, okay, what is truly in me? What was ingrained from me from the very beginning? What did my grandmas, my aunties, my mother, my father, what did they instill in me? And am I aligning with those values? Or am I just allowing with these the self-made values? You know, I dislike every time when someone say I'm self-made. Like, man, you've had somebody in your life,
Yep.
whether it's coach, uncle, it don't even gotta be a mom. You have somebody in your life that, for one point, believe in you more than you believe yourself.
Yep.
So yeah, it ain't for us to prove people wrong, but it's to prove those people right. And I had to get to that point where, like, man, like, you know, I do fear the consequences. I know that some of the decisions that I have made aren't aligned with the values and the principles that my people have instilled into me. And especially when I had my son, and when I married my wife, that got realer. That got way realer, because now my decisions weren't just impacting me. It was impacting my legacy. It was impacting my family. It was impacting the mood in my home. Like, everything was, okay, yeah, it truly is bigger than you now. It's not just like, I believe I'm humble. I believe it's bigger than me. It's just like, no, like, if you don't do this right, your wife is going to suffer, right? And if your wife is suffering, now your baby is going to suffer. And now if your baby's suffering and your wife's suffering, you got to be suffering, because it ain't no way you could be a man and be okay with your wife and your baby suffering.
That's real.
So it's simple as that.
And man, I've been defending your ass, even though you're a Seminole and I'm a Gator, and we both Gators. You don't like the Seminoles either. Hell, you a Tiger. I know. I fool with. I've been defending you on this crab leg shit for a decade.
Man, keep defending me, man.
No, but I'm gonna tell you my side, and I tell everybody this. There was the Hooters on Archer. I knew if I walked in the Hooters in Gainesville on Archer, I can get as much shit as I want. They're gonna charge me $8. And I'm gonna put my credit card down, I'm gonna tip the lady $20, $28 I can eat all night. There was a Publix on 2nd Avenue by Wine Village. I can go in there and buy all the shit I want. I'm gonna walk out, they're gonna put it over the beep machine, and they're gonna beep one little pack of gum, and I'm gonna pay $2 for a whole basket full of groceries. Is that what happened with the crab legs?
Well, what happened is I ain't even had to hear no beep when I walked up in there.
You could walk in, grab it, and hit it.
It was a whole, like, miscommunication of how it happened. And I had to do in terms of, like, talking to compliance people at Florida State so I would not get suspended. And I would not lose no time at Florida State. So that is why I had to confess up to saying that I did something that I did not do. And that's the most simplest terms that I can put you. And I would tell you, the very next year, a young man out of Villanova was talking about how he was starving and this, that, and the other. And we started to get food vouchers and started to get automatic snacks and stuff in college. So I just consider myself a pioneer to opening up the NIL for all these other players. That Florida State has a history of having the hookup and then somebody turning on them, and then they just going why, and then they blame it, and then they blame it on the player.
Yeah.
Then they blame it on the player. But I had to take that one because I didn't want no games or anything coming from me. But again, that's another one of those decisions, right? Where when you look at the grand scheme of things, okay, if it was free, okay, when it was free, okay, just because you're able to do that doesn't mean that you're not able to not get the consequences when somebody inside the store say that you did do that. Now, what you gonna do if you are policing your own self and someone inside the store say like, no, he did this, and they turn you and they flip their tape and they go back and look and they got the tape footage. Yeah. I'm gonna say, oh well, no, I got him for free. That's what. When they're gonna be like, no, you didn't get him for free, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to live with it. You think I'm gonna tell him myself? You think I'm gonna take care of me over you? With
the crab legs, though, there was no one in the store that understood what the situation was that could speak up for you in a situation like that?
Yeah, everybody. That's the thing with a lot of today's society. It's multiple people in the store that can speak up for me. But who is gonna be that person to be that voice when it comes to consequences? Is it gonna be someone that say, well, no, we're doing this with, the frat boys and so-and-so over there? Or is that person gonna be like, yeah, I thought it was a hookup. That's not gonna be the answer. The answer is gonna be like, no, he did it, I'm good, I still got my job, yes, okay, well, we good. And it's as simple as that.
Somebody gotta take the consequences.
Like you said, feel the consequences.
You have to feel the consequences. And I think that was the biggest wave of the social media wave where everything was being filmed. So as soon as it happened, I'm getting calls and I'm just like, man, I see it. I'm like, you see me what? Man, I see it. Got the crab legs. I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's on TV already. Man, I done went back and paid for the crab legs that night. I went back and took care of everything, logistics. It's no way that something like this, it happened the same night. Dang. The same exact night. And I done took care of everything. Now I see the next day, Jameis Winston has stole the crab legs. Next thing you know, I'm sweeping up YMCAs, washing off the weights at a local YMCA, you know what I'm saying, sweeping the pool out. I'm just like, man, I'm doing community service over free 99.
Let's jump to 2019.
Yes.
Another moment where I want to ask you, did you feel like you did everything? You threw for 5,100 yards, over 30 touchdowns. You would still let go.
Yeah.
What more could you have done in order to still be a Buccaneer?
Won more games. I look at that year all the time. It was so many games when I go back and watch that film that we could have won. And it was because of me turning the ball over. And I look at that, obviously, everyone has their own say-so in what happened in the game. Coaches say they'll never blame the player. Players say they'll never blame nobody else. But, man, I feel like our defense was getting hot at the end of the year with Todd Bowles. And, we were just set up, Bruce Arians, Byron, Coach Clyde. We were set up for greatness, man, when this new coaching staff just came in. I was playing free. I was playing fearless. I just turned the ball over, man. And that's what hurt me. That's what hurt that entire season. That's what hurt my payday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, again, the consequences that I have to face. And that's something I control.
Yeah, what'd you learn most about that year, those moments, and that's probably helped you now at this point in your career?
Well, one thing that happened that year, man, was it was one of the toughest times of my year, of my career, because I lost my grandmother the year before, my dad's mom. And my dad, who ain't never missed none of my games, I would talk to him every Friday. That year, I ain't talked to my dad. No week, he ain't come to no games. He said early on in the year, he's like, man, I don't feel confident about this year. I'm not gonna support y'all. Look at my dad, he's like, I'm not gonna support it. And he was like, and I ain't gonna tell you why. Come to find out, my uncle was going through some sicknesses and he was dealing with depression of just having to deal with his mother and his brother passing. And I lost an integral part to me Well, because that's who I bounced everything off of, was my dad. I was fortunate to have a daddy. Like, that was my rock. And I felt, I ain't gonna say abandoned, because that's just, I felt like,
You just feel
I
alone?
felt like I was alone that year. And that same year, you know, that was the year I was intending to do right by the Lord and not have sex with my then fiance for the season. So I literally stayed in literally rented out another home to live in while my fiance and my 6-month-old son was at the house, and I separated myself from her, from society, really. And it was just what I was reflecting off the field in terms of up and down, doing with something new. That was the same thing that was showing up on the field. So it was a bunch of goods that was happening. You know, I was doing right by the Lord, you know, by participating in celibacy with my wife. You know, I was having a good year, throwing touchdowns, throwing for a bunch of yards, but I was broken because I didn't have my father with me. You know, I was missing. I felt like that I was dependent on something from my wife that I was trying to overcome and do it right, because, you know, down south, like, our folks don't believe in shacking. So
They do not.
I was shacking, so I had to pay for that and do right by my wife and honor our marriage and do that. And then football season.
Right.
So it was the same way it was an up and down year on the field. It was directly correlated to off the field. And the thing that I learned with that is, like, you have to get everything straight outside of the lines to be able to perform your best in the lines. Because that is so, especially when you play high processing positions. When you play high process positions, every decision that you make, it cannot be just you just can't have in basketball terms, you just can't have a flagrant foul at the quarterback position. You know, because if you send somebody to the line or you get a ball to the other team, that's a possession that you lost. Like, it ain't really no do-overs. You know, sometimes football affords you with do-overs throughout the course of a game, but it's not a lot of those. So I just really learned about the efficiency and the intentionality that you got to put in your family and the boundaries that you have to set heading into a season. Then before trying to take on all the different necessities of everything in the course of a season, especially playing the game of football.
James, you are a very communal person, right? That's what leaders are, right? Leaders are people who thrive amongst groups because they make sure that the people in the group are moving and progressing forward as they're supposed to, and it's sort of their service, it's their mission. And being communal, though, relationships are important. And to separate yourself from your family with the good intention of celibacy, right, or not shacking, it's still to separate yourself from a relationship that was extremely vital to you.
Yeah.
Same with your father, with him going through what he was dealing with. He had to separate himself from you in a way, and that's another loss of a relationship. How are you with being alone then? Like, how does not having those people, or how does not having people affect you?
Well, I feel like that's where my faith was truly rooted. Clyde Christensen, man, he's an amazing coach and very spiritual. He is a warrior for Christ. And just him speaking to me and him staying on me about, like, preparing and my schedule, that was what was keeping me up throughout the course of that season. Having been there and done that, just like, hey, man, like, just take everything you got to there on that grass, young fella. Like, whatever you're going through, keep it on the grass, young fella. Take it out on the grass, young fella. Having people like that, because I wasn't lonely, but I was just alone, you know. And in my faith and my growth with God, understanding that, like, okay, the people complex, like, I love that. I'm a people person. But really, it's really just me, myself, and the Lord. Like, that's who it is. And those consistent battles and learning how to understand, like, who you are and simply just really just trusting in the Lord with your whole heart and lean out to your own understanding. Like that's the type of faith that I was exhibiting at that time. I think the highs and lows were a reflection of like what I was doing off the field. Like all of it encompasses itself. So me being lonely, I don't believe like that was a thing.
How was it to watch that team that you thought had this incredible infrastructure to win? You had 5,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, but you also threw 30 interceptions. They go out and they get the GOAT. And then getting the GOAT, this team that you knew had that potential, that you wanted to lead to the promised land, wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What was it like to watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a year after you leave win it all?
Man, it was exciting just because I knew I was certain that I was a part in building that culture and investing into that team to have the capacity to go and be led by the greatest to ever do it to win the Super Bowl. But also it was just like it was a kind of a bittersweet feeling just because the relationships I had with Mike and Will Golston and Devontae. See me being so close to it and then watching it throughout the whole course of the year because I was in New Orleans, so it's like I'm competing against them, but I'm watching it throughout the course of the year. And like and the first game we play in the Superdome and it's COVID and no one's in the stands, and we beat them. We beat them in like it was a close game, but fourth quarter we ended up winning. And Tom had threw a pick six to Janoris Jenkins. And I was like, man, I threw a pick on that same route. You know what I'm saying? On the same route. So I knew he was executing the thing. And then to see them just make a whole shift after they came back from that bye week and get things going in the right direction and to have the Green Bay game that Tom had in the playoff. Like, that wasn't a beautiful game from Tom, but he found a way to win. And that's why I was hurt about that, because I was like, I left games on the table in terms of winning. And the quarterback position, the only thing that really matters is not really your statistics or touchdowns. It's, are you winning games or are you losing games? And if you do make mistakes, if you do have a pick six or something, how are you at that moment, how are you bouncing back from that in the course of that game? Not, oh, I'm going to bounce back the next week.
Yep.
It's like, how I'm about to bounce back in the middle of this game, like, because we got to have a complete paradigm shift to give us a chance to win. And like, that was the heart-wrenching thing to me, because it was like, man, I know we would have been in the same position because I learned my lesson. I'm just like, it's like a little kid that just got a whooping that they gotta tell their daddy or mama, like, I learned my lesson. I promise you I learned my lesson. Just let me go back outside and play. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it was that type of experience.
But he played cover three different than normal safeties. He ran the ball different. When you watch Tom execute the same offense that you ran, how was that watching, like you saying, the damn GOAT, he my GOAT, everybody think, how was that watching the best ever execute the offense better? Tell me if I'm wrong, better than you executed.
Yeah, you wrong, because, no, seriously, because Tom was executing his offense. In the beginning of the year, like, Tom was executing the offense that was the same offense that I was installed in for that 1 year that I was in that offense.
Yeah.
But after that bye week, they were doing the things that Tom does best, with some sprinkles of the offense in, because I know BA and Byron wasn't gonna have that. Yeah. But I believe he did what he did best, and I think that's one thing as a quarterback, when you're able to take something that you do best and take it to another team. That's how you continue to have the success, because there's no way that he's come from all that continuity of running one offense and he's not implementing that offense in Tampa.
Yep.
So I know that strategically, Tom did some similar things that I did, but he also, in terms of like his experience, what he's been through, he also knew the plays that he wasn't going to go to that was in the offense that may have got him in trouble. Yeah. Opposed to me, with me being my first year, I was like, I'm going to make everything that you call B, Coach Arians, I'm going to make it work. You know, it's my first year in his offense. Like I'm about to execute it to the best of my abilities. I'm about to do it. Like when you say we'll talk about it, collaborate about it if I like this or that. But outside of that, man, I'm doing what you coached me to do. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like the capacity of changing plays or doing all that stuff. Like I'm doing it as the book in terms of someone who's like, okay, we might have this out route, but look, it's not gonna be a 6-step out route. Hey, run a 4-step out route because that corner is playing at 8 yards, so at least I can beat him with quickness. And if I do miss behind him a little bit, it's on your back shoulder instead of it being more up the field where he can really sloop underneath and take that thing to the house. Yeah.
Tampa to Saints, Cleveland, and now you're here in the Big Apple, the big city. You're here with Russ, and you also got a rookie that you're bringing along in Jackson Dart. Talk about the experience since arriving here in New York.
It's been great to get in the room with someone that I respected for so long in Russ. Russ kind of took me up on his ring early on in my career when we went to a Pro Bowl. He invited me to see like his team, like his West to East Russ Enterprises, like just kind of showing me, you know, what that picture looked like and showing me like this what it looks like to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback in the league. Like these are the pieces that you have. Like your NFL team has all these different type of pieces. You got to have these pieces as well. And I'm very grateful that he put me on to that because we were working with the same mental coach, Trevor Moab. So that's how we were connected. And we won the championship the same year. He won 13 championship Super Bowl. I won 13 championship in college. So our mental coach was connected together. So we just had that similarity. But the young buck, Jackson Dart, man, even back in New Orleans, even Cleveland, like just seeing the new wave of young quarterbacks coming to the league, man, I'm so proud that like our coaches, our NFL coaches are literally, they're not adapting, but they're coaching these quarterbacks and these kids to their best attributes. Mm-hmm. It's not like early on in my career where it literally was like, you about to run this offense. And if you don't run my offense the way that I want you to run my offense, then it's your problem. It's not me because we're not changing nothing, right? So just to see that really the league kind of change into like, you know, this is a quarterback in the league. We're going to do what the quarterback like to do. We're going to run these plays and just to see all the different type of arm angles that, you know, Patrick Mahomes and, you know, really Matt Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, they was doing it before. Like just seeing that be, you know, it's not frowned upon like it was when I first got him, especially as a black quarterback. Like, you drop that ball low. He has a long release. It's gonna take, I don't know how it's gonna translate to the league and stuff. Or he likes to keep the pocket movement. He's not an on-time passer, so I don't know if this gonna be able to correlate. Like, if you can't catch him, like prime example, if you can't catch him and he is throwing and he is really on fire, Lamar Jackson, you're not stopping him.
Can't do nothing with him.
So there's no reason to put him in a box.
Yep. Yeah.
Let Lamar be Lamar. Because when Lamar be Lamar, ain't nobody Lamar. Wow. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar ain't about to go out there and try to beat through what Peyton Manning do. Mm-hmm. That's not in his creed. You know what I'm saying? But when it gets to a point in the game when he got to do that, he'll go and do it. But he's not going to play the whole game like that. And that's what I see in just in terms of like how the coaches are catering to these young quarterbacks and doing that for them. And that's why I talk about the young rookie in Jackson Dart. Man, I believe he's truly one of the most poised, most laid back rookie quarterbacks that I've seen in my life. To have that type of aura already coming into the league, it makes me proud to see because I'm just like, man, like, he ain't worried about that. He ain't stressed. Yeah. You know, and you see some rookie quarterbacks, man, going bald already. They just thinking like this. You know what I'm saying? It's so much on them. Yeah. But man, I love just watching him grow, watching the relationship with him and Dave and the coaches. And obviously outside looking in, I'm just like, is that good for me? You know, but at the end of the day, it's just like, man, you know, it's good to see because I'm a football junkie. Like, I love the game. Like, obviously, I love what I can do for my family, but I love the game, man. And to see the way that the game is going, catering to these young kids and just evolving in that type of, especially from an offensive standpoint. I mean, you know, you was a big backer. There ain't too many big backers like you. You know,
210 now.
You know what I'm saying? They out there.
Jameis, I have a favor, man. You know, we're on this training camp tour, bro, and it get tiring. You know what I'm saying? Jameis saying, we got to get up. Chan got jobs. I got jobs. Freddie T got jobs, and he's moving around. Sometimes we need a pregame speech, Jameis. You know, I need you to lock in right now the game day Jameis and Fred Taylor and Channing Crowder and Ryan Clark, the pivot.
Yeah.
We need a speech, man, so we can go out here and do what we got to do for the rest of this training camp tour.
Right. Game 7, you can't miss. Every day y'all go out on the road, you cannot miss. The ball is still in your left hand, and you're trying to change it to the right. But you got defenders. People want to take the throne. People want to take y'all off the block. But you got to pivot. You got one pivot to separate from all the naysayers, to separate from all the haters. But you got to go up when you leave that pivot, because you don't want to travel. Even though y'all traveling a lot, after you make that pivot, after you make that decision, man, keep going up and keep speaking life into these people, keep speaking life into these families, bringing light of what people really go through from their heart. Because when you go up and the ball is out of your hands, but swish is the only sound that y'all gonna hear, because y'all making shots and y'all winning games and buzzer beaters, because it's life changing. It's changing a lot of lives, man. So y'all keep winning championships.
Shit, I'm ready to go play this, Jameis.
I know.
Man,
Off the top.
Yeah. No,
he took that quick.
I was just thinking, because I was just looking at his shirt and I was like, the pivot. I'm like, how I'm gonna put the
That's
pivot
how
in
they
the
all
pivot?
be. They just turn into
Man,
classics
all
off
of
the
it is
top.
just, it's spirit led, you know. Honestly, like, I love my teammates. And I love the people that I'm in it with. And when I'm sitting there writing and I'm journaling and I'm thinking about, like, man, how we gonna make this happen? You know, what can I do to speak life into them? Because like you said, like a lot of kids, like a lot of people don't want the rah-rah no more.
Yeah.
But what is something that I could say that they can grab onto and just use it? If you can laugh at one thing, but it's gonna be one thing that's gonna be playing in your head nonstop that I said,
Yeah.
that you can be like, okay, yeah, let me lock into this.
Jameis, no matter who the quarterback is in New York, whether it's Russ, you, Jackson Dart, people are going to be looking to get the ball to number 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Malik
He
Neighbors.
deserves it.
Young boy from Louisiana. What has been sort of your feel of him since you've been in New York?
Man, I love how curious he is as a young receiver. He wants to know, like, how are you looking at this route? And I'm trying to talk in my New Orleans accent. Like, so you want me to turn left hard, or you want me to come back down here? Like, he's asking detailed questions. He's not just looking at the screen, just like, so why he turning left? Like, he's asking detailed questions. Like, I could like, hey, listen, man, when you get to 9, I want you to give him a little stutter and come back to me. Don't go back down the stem, come back to me. And he be like, all right, I got you. And he goes out there and applies it. Like, his locker right next to Russ. And I be trying to eavesdrop about what they be saying, but he be, like, he really be listening. And when a young kid is listening, you got their ear. Because a lot of these young kids don't listen. And I just can tell how hungry he is, because he know the market that he's in, but he's not listening to, like, what happened before him. He's just like, man, like, I love football, and I'm gonna find a way to be the best. I asked him, I said, Malik, man, like what you want? And he's like, I want to be the best. I was like, what, man, tell me, like, you want 1,000? He's like, honestly, okay, I want about 1,500 every year, but I want to be the best while I'm doing it. Yeah. So he knows what he wants. You know, a lot of people are like, I don't care long, just give me the ball, man. Like, no, he knows what he wants. And when you know what you want, you can set your attention to it. And then when you set your attention to it, you attract it. So I'm just excited to see him, because he really remind me of, like, he kind of a mix of, like, a Jamar Chase in terms of, like, his build and his explosiveness. He just has really strong hands, man. And he has that other gear. He has another gear like Jamar Chase. But I ain't never thrown the ball to Jamar Chase. I done seen this number 1 do some unbelievable things with tracking the ball, strong hands, and it's going to be an amazing thing to see and to toss him that pill.
Like high school, I remember you coming out. You younger than us. We 40, so I was way ahead of you. But I remember hearing your name. What's it? Gatorade, everything, All-American, everything in high school. Went to Florida State, bro. You won every award you could win. Davey O'Brien and Heisman, everything. Did the league kind of humble you when you got in the league because you was the best player on the field every snap until you got drafted. And first overall, they showed you was the best player. Was that humbling? Because I ain't gonna lie, the league was humbling to me. Because I was All-American, got to the league, and I was like, oh yeah, these boys running.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that the league humbled me. I would say that I didn't dream big enough. Meaning that like I was like every kid, like I want to make it to the league. Like honestly, me and Michael Vick was talking about this, man. Like my first Super Bowl was last year in New Orleans, and I found a way to sneak on the field, man, to get down there by Michael Vick. But they didn't even want to let me on the field. That was crazy. But I'm happy I knew the little stewardess. She had let me slide out. but she let me get on the field. They're my people in New Orleans. But I was talking to Vick, man, and I asked him, I was like, man, you ever think you ain't dream big enough? And he's like, man, you're right. He's like, because I never dreamed of winning a Super Bowl. I just dreamed of making it.
Wow.
And I was like, did you dream that you would change a whole generation of quarterbacks? He was like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just was living it. And I was like, man, wow. Like, it's funny, like, the Lord works so good. Like, he give us the stuff that, it's amazing when he give us the stuff that we pray for. But it's unbelievable he gives us stuff that we ain't even asked for. I ain't even asked to be going into my 11th year in the NFL. I just asked the Lord to make it. And when I look at like my prayers to just make it, they weren't big enough. They weren't specific. So I tell the kids, I was like, man, listen, if you want to win a Super Bowl, start praying to win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You don't want to just pray to make it to the league, because the league average is 3 years anyway. Making it then, when I was growing up, it was good enough. But now, it ain't good enough. So what was humbled was my aspirations, what I wanted. And I realized it wasn't big enough. There was more. And that's why when I say dream forever, I'm talking about dream beyond what you can even imagine. Because if you set your mind to it, if you set your attention to it, you will attract it. And I just set my attention to making it. Now, one thing about that, I did win a Heisman on my NCAA. Mm-hmm. I won that. And I won a championship on NCAA. But you know, I've never won a Super Bowl on Madden. Didn't even play Madden like that. Never won. I'm talking about creative player.
I know what you're talking about.
I never won a Super Bowl on Madden. I didn't even go through like creating my player on Madden in the season. Never did. Not creating like my franchise. I never even did that. And honestly, I feel like somehow they correlate. You know, it don't work like that to other people, but I feel like I'm a visionary. So I feel like if I would have just won a few more Super Bowls in Madden, or even won one, I had one. You know what I'm saying?
This is perfect. Speaking of Madden, you had a lot to do with the ratings this year, right? You were a part of EA Sports. What was that experience like for somebody who played college, who has played Madden, to now be involved with it?
Man, it was unbelievable being able to share their rating, you know, because ain't nobody sharing that with them after they get that draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get that draft pick, so I was their next Roger Goodell. That's why I tell people with Tom Brady, with the blonde, I was like, technically, I'm the black Drew Bledsoe, if you really look at it. Because without me, y'all don't get Tom B. And without Tom B, y'all don't win no Super Bowl. So, like, you better look at it like that in a positive way. But in terms of man ratings, man, it was just welcoming, because I remember my man rating, which was way below what I expected. So just to see their faces from a man rating, man, it just tells how a game can help you visualize what you want to become, and sometimes how we even look at our attributes on a game as representation of who we are. Mm-hmm. You know, and if you do, you're gonna be mad, because the man ratings don't be playing.
All right, man, so we got some 99s here. I was never a 99 in anything. I didn't get even like a 99 attribute. I think they should have had my intelligence that high.
Yes.
But 99s, man, we got Josh Allen, we got Jamar Chase, Myles Garrett, Justin Jefferson, Lamar Jackson, Lane Johnson. Like, all of these guys are 99s. When you think about being on Madden and those players being so good that that's their rating, what's your first thought about what they've accomplished?
My first thought is they're unstoppable when they're out there on the field. Like, the game goes through them. And those people that you name, like that, the game definitely goes through them. Now, granted, Jamar Chase, he has a great quarterback. Jetta, Sam had an amazing year last year, but he was doing it before Sam. He was doing it with Kurt and so on. And Lamar, when I hear Lamar and Josh, one, they win football games, and two, they're able to make plays with their feet that nobody else can make. And they're able to make throws that a lot of other players aren't able to make. But what separates them is at the end of the game, when the ball is in their hand, they literally are the best player on the field with the ball. Whether it's athleticism, whether it's like instincts, whether it's awareness, like they're the best player on the field with the ball. And when you think about Lane Johnson, man, he been doing it for a long time. And to be an offensive lineman, like with a 99, I think Trent Williams probably was the last one with a 99. Like you just know everything is closed. I mean, it's Chick-fil-A on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like Chick-fil-A need to go ahead and sponsor Lane Johnson because everything is closed.
And the cover boy, Saquon Barkley, 99.
Saquon, no, I'm grateful that Saquon is getting his flowers and he is showing the world what type of dynamic back he is, not just in between the trenches, but outside as well, catching the ball. Him and Jalen, man, are such a... Him and Jalen are what the league never wanted to see.
Why is that?
Well, because Jalen's poised and like Jalen, he's gonna get like the simple stuff. Like he gonna get 5 yards here, 8 yards there, 9 yards there, 3 yards there, and then boom, he bombed you over bad that. They said we were never able to play like that from a quarterback position. Saquon is, he's too shifty. Oh, he doesn't run down. He doesn't run in between the tackles. Oh, he dodges tackles and stuff. Like they were like, oh, you're not gonna be able to play it. A finesse back isn't gonna be able to make it like that. And they're outdoing the odds, both of them. You know, Saquon had a team that didn't believe in him. You know, I'm grateful to be with that team now. But he had a team that didn't believe in the type of player that he is. Yeah. You know, and he used that to fuel his fire. Jalen is still getting doubted by naysayers. And all he's done is what I said. What's the most important thing a quarterback do? Win. That's all a quarterback has to do.
Yeah, man, I remember that transition, bro. Yeah, I was 93 at Florida, then they got me at 78 in the Dolphins. It wasn't what I wanted. But the young boys coming in, what do you think about these top-rated rookies that's coming? Who's going to really impact the league?
Man, I see one every day, and Abdul Carter, man. He is electric. And you know this, man. When you got a player that can play in space and can rush the passer, that's dynamic because you don't have an answer for that. You're able to keep that player on the field at all times. And just add with the weapons that we have on that front fold, oh my goodness.
Yes, indeed.
It just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like when you can draft someone that is already ready and equipped to fit in with a Kayvon Thibodeau, a Byron Burns, a Dexter Lawrence, a Nacho. He has the supporting cast already for him. And like, I'm saying this about a D lineman. I'm not saying about a quarterback or receiver. He has the supporting cast for him to make the most splash of any rookie ever.
Going back to the 99 Club, is it anyone that's not on the list that you probably would have liked to see in the 99 Club?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes, like I don't know how you keep him off the 99 Club, and just Jalen took the king from him last year, but he's still just a very electric player. Patrick Mahomes, man, just how he changed the game, man. He does it his way, right. And I just it's really fun watching him play.
Okay, I just got to ask this question, man, because I'm from the NO. When you became a Saint, was your head on the swivel looking for Marshawn Lattimore?
Man, me and Marshawn, me and Marshawn had like a beef until probably about like the 5th day of training camp, where I just kept talking. I'm like, Marshawn, like, you gonna be mad at me the whole time? and like I'm talking at practice, and Mike Thomas just like, he don't really like you like that. Because Marshawn, like, he wouldn't just say that. He just like do stuff like that. Like, you ain't finna mess with Marshawn. He from Cleveland. I ain't messing with him. You know what I'm saying? I had my boy Justin Hardy on the team, and him and Hardy went to high school together. So I'm telling Hardy, I'm like, Hardy, man, like, talk to Marshawn. Like, we teammates now. Like, when I'm talking on the field, I'm talking about the field. I'm not talking about what happened a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then his biggest thing was, it wasn't me. He was mad at Mike Evans. And I was like, bro, look, I went the wrong way. I was like, man, listen, Mike can't help that he be beating you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a friendly competition. Like, man, I'll be strapping him up. I'm like, you right. You right. But what was going? It was because Mike pushed him from behind, right? And I know I stimulated that whole thing, and I apologize.
You started it.
I did. I started, but Mike finished it. But in that moment, I was like, no, you right. And I was like, and that's why I apologize to you. It's not Mike. Mike had my back, just like Mike T got your back. I was like, now we can fight right now, and I'm fighting for Mike. But there's no, I'm your teammate, bro. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, I'm your teammate, and I'm not gonna stop pursuing you as a teammate because we're brothers now. And then he was like, all right, go over there. And I was like, so we good? and then he looked at me like, because he got them nice veneers, he just looked at me like, I like, we good. And then Mike told me, he's like, he still don't like you though. And I was like, we was good. And then I was able to start like really talking with him and just breaking bread with him. It ended up being good.
Right. And the last question is one of our favorites. What is your biggest pivot in life? That's that one moment you can look back on and say, without this happening to me or for me, I wouldn't be who I am today.
I think my biggest pivot is when I decided to marry my wife. I understood like what certain sacrifices was in terms of like just truly choosing her, and not just choosing her just because she was there, but choosing her just because I knew that like I didn't want nobody else but her. And that was a big pivot for me just because I know the choices that I made to like do right by her, by honoring our marriage, was a choice based off of pain and based off of wrongment to her. And it was also like just my parents requiring it from me. But that's when I kind of chose her over, my parents, my people, my blood. And that helped me so much because I was outside of that childlike stage. And I was making decisions for myself. And I was standing on those decisions, not wavering from those decisions. And that came with, the 2019 year, the 2020 year during COVID, 2021 year, the very next year. Like, those years were all simultaneous after choosing her to be my wife. One year I had an up and down year. The other year, I had to sit behind Drew Brees, learn from him, and, be on vet minimum. In the third year, where I was having a great year and ended up getting hurt. And out of all those years, I was like, man, like, me choosing her and wanting to be her is bigger than everything that I just experienced from a football perspective. And that is, I got more peace in my wife and who she is and why I love her than I have in anything else. So like that was my biggest pivot, because choosing to do right by her and love her has helped me overcome some of the worst times in my life. Just because I knew that commitment to her and that love for her is going to be it. Like the Bible says, love your wife as Christ loved the church. So me being willing to sacrifice and die for her, I think that I'm willing to sacrifice and die for my teammates. But it ain't nobody that I look in a high light or hold up on a pedestal like I do my wife. But Jesus and God. So that was the biggest pivot.
That's dope. Yeah.
Man, we've been wanting to do this for a long time. It was everything I expected to be. Man, you are truly a special human.
Thank you.
I've gotten to be around you enough times now to watch people listen to you, watch people interact and react to you. And some people are just blessed in ways where they are impactful in no matter what room they're in, man. And I got to see it on Hard Knocks when you went from being the starter to the backup, and the way you treated those young men and the way you served them. There's something God put in you that he doesn't put in many, man. So keep being who you are, man.
Sir.
It's inspiring to us all.
Yep.
No, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much, man, just for this opportunity. And thank you, RC, just for being stand up, man. I see you everywhere. But man, like, just know the Lord got his hand on you, and he's using your leadership to guide all these other men and all people that's coming up behind you to do amazing things, man. And I just thank y'all for keeping it real and just giving us a perspective that a lot of athletes don't see. Because this is really, it's locker room talk, but it can be men's health journal talk.
Yeah.
Because y'all perspective is so real and so pure.
Right.
And we need more of that, man, especially us. We need way more of that, so thank you.
Nah, man, thank you, man. Pivot fam, thank y'all for pivoting with us. Cool. That was excellent, man.
Man, that shit was so good.
Even the damn 99, I got all into damn Madden talking. That wasn't even for the show.
Man, Jameis one of them interviews you don't never want to end, bro.